So our last tonal experiment is going to be creating a form like this but using colour. I think the mistake that a lot of people make is thinking that tone just means black and white, but tone means different darknesses and lightnesses, and you can get tone within colour as well as black and white materials. So quite similar to this one that we did, you can freehand the circle if you want to, or if you aren't very comfortable with drawing circles, you can use the top of a Pritt stick again. Entirely up to you. The only thing is, if you do use a Pritt stick, your circle will be bigger, therefore your work will take you a little bit longer to do. Can you see it's quite big? I'm going to freehand mine. And I'll just show you. So you can use that method to get your circle, or you can just sketch it. Now, circles are hard to draw, as basic as they are. It just takes practice. And very lightly with your pencil, just keep sketching until you're happy with that shape. And there we go, I'm quite happy with that circle, which is a little bit smaller. All I'm going to do is use my rubber to make it lighter, because I don't want to be able to see that. I want to be able to see nice vibrant colour. So what I'm going to do, you can use these colours here, or you can use colours that are next to each other on the colour wheel. So you can use yellow, green, blue, or you can use yellow, orange and red, and it'll just work the same. Depends how many colours you've got on your table. I'm just going to do this one for now. So I'm going to start off with a yellow as my lightest colour. Because it's the base colour, I can be a little bit sketchy with it, because it's just going to sit underneath everything. And where the yellow is strongest, I'm going to just layer a little bit more colour. I'm not pressing hard. I don't want it to go plasticky, because then you won't be able to layer. So my next tone is going to be a light green. So luckily in my colour pencil pack I have got 2 light greens. You might have 1. It doesn't really matter, because you can use different pressures. So I want to leave a small area with yellow still shining through. Now this green is quite yellowy, so there's not too much difference. And I'm going to just layer that on top. And I'm curving, because I want it to look 3D. And there we go. Now I'm going to go in with a darker green, but I am going to very gently just gradiate that and get darker on the edge. It wants to be nice and light here, because this is where the light is hitting the object. I'm just going to go back in with my yellow, if I can find it. There it is. And I'm going to push that yellow into the green tones just to get some blending going on. There we go. If you do have a white pencil on your table, you can add a little highlight here, but don't worry if you don't. Now I'm going to start to go in with some darker greens and maybe even a blue. So I've got my darker green here, and I can see that the dark green goes from the edge to about here. So I'm going to start where I can press a little bit harder, and then I'm going to come in lighter. And I'm just doing a little bit at a time. I'm currently using the Coloursoft colour pencils that we have in school. They're lovely, they're vibrant. The one flaw of these pencils is that because they're so soft, you can't sharpen them to a fine point, which makes it quite tricky when you're working on a small scale. So the very thin colour pencils, which you probably have in front of you, are the better ones to use. I much prefer using the very thin colour pencils. The downside to them is that you have less colours to work with, but a good artist, and especially a GCSE student, should know how to mix them to create any colour that they want anyway. So now I'm going to pick up blue. Use a dark blue or a black. This is an indigo blue. By using darker colours, we can create darker tones. We don't always have to use black. So I'm going to go back with my lighter colours and work back through and blend that through with a bit more pressure. So you can start to apply a little bit more pressure when you're working with the lighter colours now, because you've already placed your dark ones. And what that'll do, it'll make a smooth surface, so it does look like a marble or a shiny, smooth spherical object. I'm going to pick up a grey now. To start getting some darker tones over here. I'm going to pick up the blue again, and all you're basically doing is just you keep working with the colours, to going backwards and forwards with the colours to blend them and to get what you want.